we're going to be talking about two things. One, uh, well, let's start with one thing. Before I go any further, please like, subscribe, and comment down below. And second, um, it's going to be interesting because today was a very surreal day. It basically started out with um, having to go see family in the hospital, and yeah, well, everything's good. That's the good news. She's still in the hospital right now, and I'm gonna be honest, guys. I'm just saying thank you for checking out my videos. Please like and subscribe, and if you would love do me a ginormous favor and show a little support to Mama Candor. You know, Mama Candor is in the hospital right now. The good news is, like I said, she's good. I'm happy to see that she's happy sleeping. She's happily sleeping, so that's a good sign. I went to go visit her, and like I said, it was surreal the fact that she was in the hospital, and I'm not exactly the kind of guy that enjoys going to the hospital, even for yourself. I hated it even when I was in the hospital when I had my arm issue. Um, but when I found out that my mom was in the hospital and I did not know about it, it kind of made me kind of, tweaked. But, I understand why they didn't, rouse me. Um, but all I'm saying is thank you for all the love and support. It would definitely appreciate it. And again, uh, support the channel, support Mama Candor. Thank you very much. Like and subscribe. It definitely helps the channel. Um, and that's my only thing I'm gonna ask as far as that goes. I'm not gonna ask you for anything else because why would I ask you for something that I can provide for my mom in general? All I ask is for a little support. Give me some comments that to lift up. Show a little love, likes, subscribes. Definitely helps. Like again, it helps the mood, and I can tell Mama Candor when I see her again that you guys were you know wishing her love and luck. It would definitely help. But how you doing? How you doing, Sophie Smith? Thank you very much for that. Um, Now my other thing is, I was going to talk to you about this yesterday, but I forgot. But no, today is a good. Right now is a good time to explain this, and it's very interesting. Do yourselves a favor and do yourself a favor. When somebody tells you to think twice, and yes, folks, this is kind of off kilter thought process, but I felt like if I don't do anything right now, it is going to drive me up the wall. And quite frankly, we don't need that right now. We need to be calm. So I'm focusing the energy on you guys and uh, at least show you guys a little fun. Anyway, so off kilter. When today again, we're going to be talking about whenever someone, especially at work or either professionally or in the house or whatever. I've had moments in my life, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you have, especially in your job, when a manager tells you something very unreasonable. I used to work at a pizzeria, and they basically told you to, you know, do something, and in the back of your mind, you're thinking to yourself, I'd think twice if I were you. And I actually made it a very comment that was basically along those lines, just not you know confrontational. you know I basically they told me to basically restrict certain ingredients because you know it's not profitable, and I'm sitting there going, neither is telling the customer that they can't have as much as they want within reason, of course. and it's still expecting them to come and pay a ridiculous amount of prices. So basically, what I'm saying is, one of my customers likes extra sauce, right? My manager was basically trying, or not manager, sorry. My manager was awesome. The owners came along a lot and told us that we needed to restrict certain ingredients because it was costing them. Well, I'm gonna be honest, guys. I think it would be more costly if they didn't give extra cheese or extra sauce or whatever. I'm like, wait, you're telling me that there's no such thing as extra sauce or anything like that? And they basically gave me that. Yeah, sorry, it's just the fact that we can't afford it. I'm not gonna say which. It was a pizza restaurant that I used to work at. I'm not gonna say which one because I don't want to dox them or anything. It's more of not. It has nothing to do with the people that work there. It's the owners themselves that I don't like. Again, it's a pizza place. It's one of those pizza places where you make your own pizza, and it's a personal pizza about 14-inch long, roughly, all around. So, I mean, for the concept, it was a cool place to work. I don't like doxing places where I work or doxing places or people because honestly, that is not cool. You know, I agree. I fully agree, Holly. By the way, if you haven't already, do me a favor, like and subscribe. It definitely helps the channel. Anyway, um, like I was saying, I basically looked at my the owner in the face, and I said, "Really, are we really gonna be penny pinching? Like, would it really work if you penny pinched a little bit?" Yeah, I know. It sounded a little bitchy, but see, that's what I was trying to tell him. It's like they would actually pay extra, even if you made it basically you had to pay for the extra, whatever, right? Yeah, it's fine. But the my manager looked at me and said, "It's like, what do you mean think twice?" It's like, well, think about it. You get more you but you get probably a little more money if you put in the system where you can make it make it so that if you wanted extra sauce or extra cheese, you have to pay for it because lot of other pizzerias, even Domino's, Little Caesars, all those other places, they ask you to pay extra for for specific items that are extra, and they're like, I mean, that would kind of ruin the appeal of this. Like, no, not really, because it's a pizza joint, guys. It's a pizza joint. Why in hell would you skimp? Basically, this guy really wanted to save the money on ingredients so much that he forgot that he can pay people can pay for extra ingredients. This guy was so cheap, guys. This guy was so cheap. He was actually telling me to only give like a leaf, like it wasn't even that much of. It was barely that much, maybe half of this cup of cheese. It wasn't even that much. It was like half of this cup of cheese on a 14-inch pizza. It wasn't even that much. And I said, are you sure about that? Again, think twice. I didn't say think twice. I just said, are you sure? Because again, and he looks at me. He goes, well, am I paying you? And I said, yes. And then in the back of my mind, I'm thinking barely. But and then my manager, my actual like boss of bosses, I wouldn't have been surprised if he was Jewish. To be honest, I wouldn't have been surprised. And nothing against Jews in general. I don't mind Jews, especially when those penny pinching ways work. But his method wasn't gonna help. He was just basically penny pinching for the sake of it. not because it was helping us. It was again, guys. When it comes to situations, rules and regulations, if they work and they benefit the situation and or place, all for it. I'm happy with it. But if they don't and they just make the rules just to be a little anal, yeah, no, it's not working. It's actually doing more damage than good. Yeah, well, this is the kind of place that you have to pay first and then look at the pizza and then uh, the problem was the setup was just off because honestly, unless you stood there for I'd say 10 minutes and looked at the pizza as they was coming out of the oven or going in the oven, then because it was one of those open oven joints where you make the pizza, put it on basically a conveyor behind you, and the person on the oven basically grabs the pizza on the aisle and puts it in the oven. It's a full oven, probably about this. I'd say about the size of an entrance. It was a pretty decent oven too. It was really nice, and someone just basically stood there for like 10 minutes, cooking the pizza. It was full on. It's not. They say it was a brick oven, but let's face it, guys. The only thing that was brick about it was the outline. It was everything else was. I'm pretty sure it was gas. It was a gas oven. It wasn't wood or anything. Fully agree, Holly. I agree 100%. Yeah, and quite frankly, I kind of agree with you on Holly. And mind you, if it's below 3 stars, I'm not considering it because a lot of times when it's below 3 stars, there's been more issues than benefits. Mind you, I'm not saying all of places are like that. There are exceptions, obviously. If I see there some of them are malicious because again, sometimes people put comments on those websites just to be malicious. So again, it really depends on the situation. But I fully agree, Holly, because it's there are sometimes when you go on there, uh, some people do it. But like I said, this is just basically me telling you guys to always always question really dumb people and make them understand that I wouldn't recommend it or I think twice in a very friendly way. I mean, there's plenty professional ways to say it, but I love the idea of people saying that more and more because that way management finally gets in their head that, oh wait, my penny pinching ways might actually backfire because there's more than a few times where I've heard stories where those managers got fired because of their own stupidity or negligence and they didn't realize, oh, I should have done that. Oh wow. Like I said, if they're from different people, I mean, there's a smaller chance that that's the case. Yeah, and mind you, yeah, no, it's cool. Be safe out there. Rose, thank you for your candor. I appreciate that. Um, but anyway, yeah. Long story short, guys. Just I'd recommend it to tell your management or someone above you or someone that is about to make a really dumb mistake. It doesn't even have to be in a work environment. Like if you're going to your friend's house and they're doing something really stupid, and you feel like you need to tell them that, be very clear. I feel like we should do this more often because that way I felt like we do this in politics, guys. Because if we say this in politics, uh, politicians will actually have the brains in their skulls to realize, oh, these policies are not gonna help. But honestly, I feel like not many people have been saying, "I'd think twice if I were you." And if you haven't thought twice and still think it's a good idea, don't. Just don't. If you still could think it's a good idea and you actually have to have that think twice moment, then I recommend don't. Because, again, that is just basically either your ego or someone trying to convince you that is a good idea. And quite frankly, under those circumstances, do not, and I repeat myself, do not do it. Because if somebody is trying that hard to convince you that it's a bad idea when you yourself are putting checks and balances in your head, saying, is this a good idea or not? And you thought, when you have that moment where you're like, yeah, that's that's basically your brain melting it over in the concept of, yeah, that doesn't look good. No, yeah, I wouldn't if I were me, and unfortunately I am me, so under those circumstances. But thank you for checking out this video. Like, subscribe, and much love. And I hope to see you guys commenting much love for Mama Candor, because right now I'm gonna need a little bit of that right now, because she's in the hospital right now, and I need a little encouragement right now, because right now I'm stressed out. But thank you for checking out my videos, guys. I sincerely do appreciate that. Thank you for listening to my little banters, my little randomness right now. I feel like this has been kind of therapeutic in a sense, because if I don't focus on something right now, it is going to drive me up the wall, and I'm already up there. Hell, I'm already on the ceiling. That's how bad I am right now. Anyway, take care, be safe, and I hope see you guys in the next one. Take care. And again, like, subscribe, comment down below. And of course,